Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to Jay's World of Horror. So here are my top picks for love horror. So love horror means it's a horror movie, but it has to have some romance into it. So it can be a vampire movie, one of those Fatal Attraction ripoffs, even some slashers. Now let's get to the list. I wanted to include a Fatal Attraction ripoff, which by the way does not mean a bad thing. So I chose to dive into Swim Fan, made in 2002. So actually, I had thoughts about putting Mark Wahlberg's Fear on this list, but I thought Swim Fan was better for a few reasons. Swim Fan follows Madison Bell, played by Erica Christensen, who is new in town. She quickly becomes infatuated with the high school swim team star, Ben Cronin. Not a big fan of that last name. Christensen plays a lunatic who is looking to make Cronin's life a living hell very well. Madison's charisma and Machiavellian mind make her an effective villain. She quickly works her way into every aspect of Ben's life. She befriends his girlfriend Amy and dates his best friend and teammate Josh. That didn't end well. Madison's sly and self-confident smiles and intense dagger-like stares create a real sense of suspense. When Ben refuses to leave Amy for her, Madison goes wild. She gets him disqualified from an important race for using steroids. She frames him for the death of his best friend, and she even drives his truck into his girlfriend Amy while she bikes home. The second is unique ending. So Madison is staying with her dorky school outcast cousin, who is aware that Madison is a kind of a psycho. He teams up with Ben to entrap Madison. They freak her out with the ghost of her former victim, a baseball player she paralyzed. It is an entertaining plot development. Madison does escape the police and manages to kidnap Amy. She restrains her in a chair and pushes her into the school pool when Ben refuses to say, I love you. I would have said it, Ben. Ben jumps in and saves Amy, but Madison tries to kill him with a bat. He grabs the bat and pulls her in. While she drowns, Ben saves Amy. You sure got a better swim coach, Madison. Now on the list is a great teen slasher, Valentine. By the way, this one does contain spoilers. Valentine follows a dorky middle school boy who has 5 girls to dance with him. Shelley, Lily, Paige, Kate, and Dorothy. The first 3 are not cool about it, while Kate still rejects him, but not as mean as the others do. Dorothy accepts his advances, and both of them make out. But a group of bullies sees them. Dorothy, humiliated, makes up a story about him attacking her, and the bullies pour red punch on him. Don't tell me that's not inspired by Carrie. And then beat him up.
So horrible to that kid.
What do you think happened to him?
13 years later, he gets revenge on the girls who didn't dance with him. To be honest, it's pretty dumb you didn't kill the bullies. Now let me get to the reasons why Valentine is a good slasher. For people who didn't know, Valentine was made during the post-Scream era, which means when Scream came out, a lot of slashers were trying to do the same thing, like have a killer with a cheap costume and a teen cast. With movies like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Idle Hands, Cherry Falls, even Urban Legend. And Valentine did a good job at being one. It's a great whodunit, and it's good at having a classic slasher recipe, and the kills are very original, like they're realistic and kills you can't get out of. Second is the cast. The acting in this movie is not Oscar winning, but it's not bad either. The best acting is mostly done by David Boreanaz and Denise Richards. You have enough time to like Katherine Hagel as Shelley before she gets a knife through the chest hiding in the body bag in the morgue. But her being a medical school student in this movie doesn't show her a lot of flexibility given her role in Grey's Anatomy. Third is the twist ending. During the opening dance scene, young Jeremy has a nosebleed, and each time Cupid kills one of the girls, blood drips from his cheer-up nose. Kate is the only survivor after a Valentine's Day house party turns into a massacre. Her boyfriend Adam appears to save the day when he shoots the Cuban mask killer. Kate removes the mask to reveal Dorothy. Kate assumes Dorothy was still angry about the bullying the mean girls targeted at her. In the closing scene, Adam holds Kate on the step of the house. As you look up, you see his nose is bleeding. Oh, so romantic. Yeah, that is why Valentine is an underrated slasher, but now it's time for Bram Stoker's Dracula to come. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the creator of other masterpieces like Godfather and Apocalypse Now. Coppola's Dracula is a pretty faithful adaptation of Stoker's classic novel, and I like that. The movie progresses like the epistolary novel through letters, journals, entries, and telegraphs. Full disclosure, the running time of this movie was a little over 2 hours. However, I saw the censored version because I just don't need all the sensuality and I don't think you just needed to tell a story. So I saw the censored one, and that was closer to 75 minutes. The movie opens during a religious war. Vlad the Impaler, the historical figure that inspired Stoker's antagonists. The opening scene displays the war and multiple impaled shadow puppets. What'd you expect? He's Vlad the Impaler. His devoted wife receives a letter from the enemy indicating her husband is dead, and in desperation she jumps to her death. When he returns, he is devastated and forsakes the God he just fought for to defend. We see Anthony Hopkins as a priest and Winona Ryder as Vlad's wife. Centuries later, we see Jonathan Harker, played by Keanu Reeves. Excellent! That's him, alright. So Jonathan Harker travels to Transylvania with his less than excellent British accent. He is traveling to finalize a deal with Count Dracula. Dracula traps Harker after seeing a picture of Mina and recognizing his long-lost love. Dracula travels oceans of time to find Mina. I think this is a great love horror movie for multiple reasons. First is cinematography. Each frame in this film could be hung on a wall as a masterpiece. Maybe not the sensible parts edited out of my version. The costumes are works of art. Some are accurate for this time, others are fantastic, such as the red armor Dracula wears during the opening scene. Second is acting. While Keanu Reeves is less than excellent, Hopkins and Oldman are at their best. Oldman's voice, prosthetics, and costume are really great. I think he just understands the character and plays it really well. The same way most people think of Joaquin as Joker, Oldman is Dracula. Hopkins' accent, drama, and command of the script add to the shock and horror Dracula brings to London. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you loved this video. If you're somebody out there though who doesn't have a Valentine, just know love hurts. Oh. Somebody wants to be my Valentine though. Or to kill me.